Another Death Row production. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson, the next heavyweight champion of the world. Hey,
Alrighty guys, what's going on? Welcome on back. It's the Empire. I'm your host Risky. It is Thursday, May 21st. Looking back at yesterday, we do hit on our ladder play. Our solo bet came through for us. Other than that, it was not a good day. We needed the Mets and the Phillies. They don't come through for us. But look, you guys already know the rules. It's on to the next one. We got a 7-game slate of baseball on tap today. Guys, Outlier Sportsbook, the link is down in the description. Sign up with them. The first week is free. Also at the end of the video, the 3 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. With all of that being said, let's jump into it. Alright, first game up, we got the Guardians in Detroit taking on the Tigers. We got the left-handed pitcher Cantillo on the mound for the Guardians. We got Cody Mize on the mound for the Tigers. Alright, getting into this one here, the Cleveland Guardians trying to complete the 4-game sweep of the Detroit Tigers. The Guardians are now 8-2 in their last 10 games played. The Tigers are now 2-8 in their last 10. Today they're going to be seeing the left-handed pitcher Joey Cantillo off to a very good start this year. Over 10 starts, ERA at 3.40. He had probably one of his worst starts last week. Against the Cincinnati Reds, he pitched 5 innings, gave up 4 runs. One thing that has been a bit worrying for Cantillo overall, this guy is a fastball changeup pitcher. Throws the fastball changeup. Then his 2 put-away pitches is the curveball and the slider. Usually when you see pitchers like this, they're guys that's hitting constantly 5-6 strikeouts per game. Earlier in the season, towards last year as well, he was hitting those numbers. His last few outings, his strikeout numbers have really dropped. He's pitching for a lot more contact. His hard hit rate has skyrocketed. It is now up to 49% on the season. So that is something that is a bit worrisome for Cantillo. Not to mention his expected ERA is still a whole point higher than it is right now. So I can see him eventually starting to get hit up much more than he is right now. Looking at the matchup here today for him, he's going to be seeing a Detroit Tigers that on the season continues to struggle versus left-handed pitching. On the year, they're batting just .218 versus lefties, slugging .371. But in their last 8 games played versus left-handed pitching, they're batting .242, slugging .380. So they're starting to come around a bit more. Looking at the matchup here today for Cantillo, there is one guy that really matched up well against him. That's Riley Green. Riley Green this year, despite being a left-handed bat, 46 at-bats versus left-handed pitching, batting .340 with the home run to go along with it. I can see Riley Green coming out here, getting to Cantillo. I can see Cantillo overall having a good game though. Going about 6 innings, giving up a run. Looking at the Cleveland Guardians bullpen, they are taxed coming into it. The arms available for the Guardians here today is going to leave them a bit vulnerable. On the other side, we got Mize on the mound. He's off to a very good start this year as well. He is coming off an injury towards the end of April. He made a comeback last week against the Blue Jays. He pitched into the 6th inning, he gave up no runs. It was 6 scoreless innings. Looking at the matchups before when he saw this Guardians team last season, he had some really good outings against them. Had some good, he's really had success against them, I should say. Looking at the matchup here today, for one, in those past games, the one guy that really got to him was Jose Ramirez. In 10 at-bats, he's batting .500, so he's 5 for 10 with 2 home runs to go along with it off of Casey Mize. Looking at this matchup here today for Mize, his fastball is that primary. It was really looking good in that start against Toronto. Had guys chasing. Then the splitter's really good as well. I can see him coming out here today against the lineup that has 7 left-handed bats. Casey Mize has good splits against lefties. Like I said, he's had success against this Guardians lineup before. I can see him coming out here today, pitching 6 innings, giving up a run. Looking at the Detroit Tigers bullpen, I like the arms available for them here today. Looking at the weather, it's going to be pitcher friendly out in Detroit. 50 degrees at start. We're going to have 13-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. The ballpark factor overall for Comerica Park this season, it's towards the bottom. It's 25th out of the 30. So it's a pitcher friendly ballpark. So we're expecting more of a low scoring game here today. Let's get to the picks. The Detroit Tigers are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Riley Green of the Tigers for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Pirates in St. Louis taking on the Cardinals. We got Ashcraft on the mount for the Pirates. We got Dustin May on the mount for the Cardinals. Alright, getting into this one here. The Pittsburgh Pirates won yesterday's game. The Cardinals have won the first 2 games of the series. The Pirates are now 4-6 in their last 10 games played. The Cards are 5-5 in their last 10. Today, they're going to be seeing the right-handed pitcher Ashcraft on the mount for the Pirates. Off to a very good start this year. He's made 8 starts on the season, has an ERA at 3.09. His worst start of the season was in late April. He saw the St. Louis Cardinals team in Pittsburgh. In that game, he pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 runs. Today, looking at the matchup for him, this Cardinals team on the year is batting .254 versus righties, slugging .435, but the bats have cooled off recently. In their last 8 games played, they are batting only .237, slugging .404. Looking at the matchup here today for Ashcraft, he's a fastball pitcher, tries to mix in that changeup and that curve. His hard hit rate's very low, it's at 34%. I do like that about him. Looking at the matchup though, this Cardinals lineup has 6 left-handed bats. He struggles versus lefties. Then the right-handed bat you're going to see is like Jordan Walker. So I can see Ashcraft struggling here today, just like the first time he saw this Cardinals team. Going about 5-6 innings, giving up 3 runs, turning it over to a Pirates bullpen. We continue to talk about them. They continue to regress. Their attacks coming into it. I see them coming in this game here today, giving up a few runs. On the other side, we got Dustin May. He started off the year with those 2 starts where he gave up 6 and 7 runs, but since then, this guy has settled down. He's had 7 starts since then. In those 7 starts, he has an ERA of 2.20, I should say. Looking at his last outing last week against the Royals, he pitched into the 6th inning, gave up 3 runs. Another thing I like about him, he's going into the 6th inning in all of his starts. Looking at the matchup here today for Dustin May, he's going to be seeing a Pirates lineup that's batting .258 on the season versus right-handed pitching, slugging .400. But just like what we were talking about, that Cardinals lineup, this Pirates team offensively has really cooled off of late. Granted, they put up 9 runs yesterday. That was their best offensive showing like in a week or so. In their last 8 games played, this lineup is batting .220 as a team, slugging .390. Looking at the matchup for May, Dustin May's fastball has been decent this year, but it is that cutter and that slider that he's throwing that the movement's been really good. I can see May. Oh, another thing that's big for Dustin May, he saw this Pirates lineup in Pittsburgh at the end of April as well. In that game, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. I can see May having a very similar outing to that one here today. Going about 6, giving up 2 runs. He could pitch around O'Neal Cruz and Brandon Lau. I don't really see him struggling with the rest of this lineup. The Cardinals bullpen is in a good spot to come in and relieve him here today. Looking at the weather for this one, it's going to be a decent game. It's going to be about 60 degrees at start. It's a 1 o'clock game. 65 degrees at start. It continues to warm up throughout. We got 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. So that's going to favor the pitchers a bit more. Looking at the ballpark factor, like I was doing, I do like the ballpark factors a lot because it shows you right now on the year how hitting offensively some of these stadiums have been. On the year overall, Busch Stadium is a middle of the pack stadium. They rank 14th right now. For left-handed bats, and we know the good lefties in this Pirates lineup, lefties this season, Busch Stadium's towards the bottom of the league. It ranks 19th, meaning offensively, left-handed bats haven't been having success, and the stadium factors accounted for that. Looking at it for right-handed bats, it's top 10 in the league right now. It ranks 8th overall. We're seeing what Jordan Walker's doing this year, so right-handed bats really have success in Busch Stadium. That's something I always pay attention to here when we're accounting for these games, but it's difficult to always break that down, when especially you don't want to make the breakdown super long. Today we got a short schedule, so I could go on a bit longer, but that is something I always account for, is the factor of these ballparks. And like I said, we see the success Jordan Walker's having here today. I like the right-handed bats that's in the Cardinals lineup a lot more than I like the righties in the Pirates lineup. That's another factor in this game for me here today. Let's get to the picks. The Pirates are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing the home dogs in this spot. Give me the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I really like the over 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Jordan Walker of the Cardinals for 2 total bases today. Up next, we got the Mets in DC taking on the Nationals. The left-handed pitcher Peterson on the mound for the Mets, Cavalli on the mound for the Nats. Alright, getting into this one here. This is another 4-game series getting ready to be wrapped up. The Mets took the opener. The Nats have now won the last 2. The Mets and the Nationals are both 6-4 in their last 10 games played. They've both been playing a lot of high-scoring games. Today, you know what, the first thing we got to get to in this one is the weather. It's projected to have rain throughout. There's a good chance this game's projected to start at 4 o'clock. There's a good chance this game gets delayed, if not completely postponed. Getting into the breakdown for this one, we got the left-handed pitcher David Peterson back on the mound for the Mets. This month, since the month of May has begun, he's made 3 appearances. All 3 of them have come with an opener. Last week he had an opener. He came in after that against the Yankees, pitched 5 innings, gave up 2 runs. All his starts before that, without the opener, he was getting squashed. His last outing without the opener was the end of April. In that game, he saw this Nationals lineup, pitched 3 innings, gave up 7 runs. Looking at the matchup here today for him, this Nationals lineup continues to hit the ball very well. They're top 5 in the majors offensively overall. On the season, they're batting .274 versus lefties. That's the second best in the majors. .438 slugging versus lefties, the 4th best. 126 WRC. David Peterson is a ground ball pitcher, pitches for a lot of contact, throws that sinker 32% of the time. I can see this Nationals lineup really getting to him here today. This is the Nats' order against the sinker this year. You see it's all green. I can see David Peterson going about 5 innings, 6 possible, giving up 4 runs here today. Turning it over to a Mets bullpen that continues to play very well. They're rested coming into it. I can see them coming in, taking over, stopping the bleeding. On the other side, we got Cade Cavalli. He's been really solid for the Nats this year. Looking at the matchup here, well, you know what? Another thing too. Cavalli saw this Mets lineup at the end of April. In that game, he pitched 6 innings, gave up 2 runs. This Mets team from then to now is 2 completely different teams offensively. This Mets lineup on the year is only batting .239. In their last 8 games played, this Mets team's batting .262, slugging .405. So the bats have really come alive of late. Looking at Cavalli's matchup here today, one thing I like about Cavalli, he's been able to work the strikeouts, especially in his last few outings. This Mets lineup's a middle of the pack team. I can see Cavalli being able to work the strikeouts, being able to have success against this Mets lineup. Looking at his prior matchups against this Mets team, Juan Soto in 5 at-bats is batting .800 with 1 home run to go along with it. He might want to pitch around to Juan Soto. Other than that, I could see him having success going about 6 innings, giving up a run, turning it over to a Nationals bullpen that is rested coming into it. The arms available could come in, stop the bleeding, shut the door on the Mets. Like I said, the weather is going to be something that either lets this be a very ugly game where there's a bunch of delays throughout, or this game gets postponed. Let's get to the picks. The Mets are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I like the home dogs in this spot. Give me the Washington Nationals on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the under 8.5 total runs. For the player props, I'm taking Mead of the Nationals for 2 total bases. Alright, up next, we got the Atlanta Braves in Miami taking on the Marlins. We got Strider on the mound for the Braves. We got Alcantara on the mound for the Marlins. Alright, getting into this one here. This is another 4-game series wrapping up. The Marlins took the opener. The Braves won the last 2. The Braves are now 7-3 in their last 10 games played. Strider back on the mound for Atlanta. He's made 2 starts this season. His first outing against the Dodgers, pitched 6 scoreless. His last outing against the Red Sox, pitched into the 6th inning, gave up a run. In this game here today, he's going to be seeing a Marlins lineup that's batting .251 on the year versus righties, only slugging 375. That's towards the bottom in the majors. Looking at the matchup here today for Strider, for one, only 2 starts this year, and he looked good in both of them. He really doesn't have better splits versus righties or lefties up to this point. But looking back at last season, he had terrible splits versus left-handed bats. He'll see 6 lefties in this Marlins lineup here today. I can see Strider going about 6 innings, giving up a run or two possible. This Atlanta Braves bullpen still one of the best in the majors. They're rested coming into it. I see them coming in this game here today, shutting the door on this Marlins lineup. On the other side, we got Sandy Alcantara. He's gotten back on track in his last 2 outings against the Nationals and the Rays. Pitched 6 innings in both of those games. Gave up 2 runs to the Nats. Went 6 scoreless against the Rays last week. Looking at this game here today for Sandy, he's going to be seeing a Atlanta Braves lineup batting .267 versus right-handed pitching. That's the best in the majors. Slugging .446 versus righties. That's also the best in the majors. 118 WRC. Sandy is a guy that's pitching for a lot of contact right now. That slider and that sinker mixing in a good changeup. This Atlanta Braves lineup matches up very well against them. There's a few guys that really matched up well against them. Michael Harris, Ronald Acuna, Austin Riley. I can see this Braves team coming out here today, getting 3 runs off of Sandy. Turning it over to a Miami Marlins bullpen that is good on the season. They're one of the best bullpens, but they're also good coming into this game as far as rest. They're going to have a few good arms available. It's down in Miami in the Dome, so no weather to really sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Braves are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the money line. The game total set at 7.5. I like the under 7.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Michael Harris of the Braves for 2 total bases. Up next, we got the Blue Jays in New York taking on the Yankees. Fisher on the mound for the Jays. We got Rodon on the mound for the Yankees. Alright, getting into this one here. The Blue Jays did win yesterday's game. The Yankees took the first 2 games of the series. Both of these teams have 4-6 in their last 10 games played. Both of these teams have been playing a lot of low-scoring games of late. This is going to be a bullpen day here today for the Blue Jays. They're going to have Fisher open it up, have him go through the lineup one time. He has decent splits versus left-handed bats. After that, Miles will come in. I can see both of the starting pitchers, Miles and Fisher here today, giving up a few runs. Fisher, for one, throws that slider 48% of the time. When I did the matchup for him, there was 3 guys that really matched up well against him. That was Bellinger, Rice, and Jazz Chisholm. I can see this Yankees lineup getting a few runs both off of Miles and Fisher. Turning it over to the other side, we got Rodon on the mound. He's only made 2 starts this season. Both of them have been on the road. He saw the Milwaukee Brewers. He saw the New York Mets. 2 teams that were really hitting the ball well offensively when he faced them. Today, he's going to be seeing a Toronto Blue Jays team on the season, batting .225 versus left-handed pitching. The Jays in their last 8 games played are only batting .233 as a team. I can see Rodon having one of his better starts of the year here today. Granted, this lineup is going to have 7 right-handed bats. I can see Rodon going about 5 innings, 6 possible, giving up a run. Turning it over to a Yankees bullpen that is in a good spot here today. They're going to have Blackburn back available for them. They'll have Bednar late in the game for them. Looking at the weather, it's going to be about 60 degrees throughout. 5-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the outfield into the diamond. Small ballpark like Yankee Stadium. That's really not going to do anything. Let's get to the picks. The Yankees are the betting odds favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing them on the run line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Spencer Jones of the Yankees to hit a home run today. Next up, we got the Athletics in Los Angeles taking on the Angels. We got Severino on the mound for the Athletics. We got Soriano on the mound for the Angels. Alright, getting into this one here. The Athletics have now won the last 2 games of this series. The Angels are now 2-8 in their last 10 games played. We got Severino back on the mound here for the Athletics. He's made 6 road starts this season. In those 6 road starts, he has an ERA of 3.15. Anytime he's away from that small ballpark in Sacramento, he looks good. His last outing was in that small ballpark. Saw the Giants pitch 6 innings, gave up 5 runs. Today, he's going to be seeing an Angels lineup that does not hit right-handed pitching well at all. They're only batting .217 versus righties, slugging .357. This season, Severino's slider and sinker has been really looking good, especially in these road games where he could pitch for a lot more contact. Hard hit rates only at 38%. So I can see him coming out here today, having a good outing, going about 6 innings, giving up a run, turning it over to an Athletics bullpen that has some decent arms available here today for them. I can see them coming in, shutting the door on this Angels lineup. On the other side, we got Jose Soriano on the mound. He started off the season looking amazing, but since the month of May's begun, he's had 2 really bad starts. Against the White Sox, he gave up 5 runs. Then he had a good outing against the Jays. Then his last outing against the Dodgers gave up 6. Today, he's going to be seeing an Athletics lineup that's batting .256 versus right-handed pitching, top 5 in the majors, slugging .422 versus right-handed pitchers, also top 5 in the majors. Soriano is a ground ball pitcher that is able to work the strikeouts. That's what makes him so lethal. That sinker the last few games has not been moving as well. Like I said, this Athletics team crushes right-handed pitching. There's a few guys in this lineup like Langoliers, Soderstrom, and Kurtz that really matched up well against them. This Angels bullpen has been absolutely terrible this series. On the season, they've just been absolutely terrible. Their attacks coming into it. I can see the arms available for the Angels coming in this game, giving up a few runs. Looking at the weather here today, it's out in Los Angeles, 75 degrees at start, 8-mile-per-hour winds blowing from the diamond to the outfield. Let's get to the picks. The Angels are the betting odd favorites in this game here today, and I'm playing the road dogs in this spot. Give me the Athletics on the money line. The game total set at 8.5. I like the over 8.5 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Langoliers of the Athletics to hit a home run today. Then the final game of the day, we got the Rockies in Arizona taking on the Diamondbacks. We got Agnes on the mound for the Rockies. We got the left-handed pitcher Rodriguez on the mound for the Diamondbacks. Alright, getting straight into this one here. It's going to be the first game of the series for the Rockies and the Diamondbacks. The Rockies just wrapped up their homestand with the Rangers. They got swept. Their bullpen blew the game yesterday. Coming into this one here today, it's going to be a bullpen day for the Rockies. They got Agnes opening up the game. He's looked terrible this season. ERA close to 6. The Rockies bullpen in the last 10 games has a bullpen ERA of 5.30. The fact that it's going to be a bullpen day is a red flag. Number 1 off the bat. I can see this Arizona Diamondbacks lineup that has been crushing the ball of late. Offensively, they played really well in that Giants series. I can see them putting up a bunch of runs here today. On the other side, we got the left-handed pitcher Rodriguez. He's looked really good this season, coming off one of his worst starts of the year in Colorado against this Rockies lineup. Pitched into the 5th inning, gave up 3 runs. I'm not going to hold it against him. It was a weird night game for him. The wind was blowing in. There was a lot going on in that game. Back at home here today for Rodriguez, where he pitches much better. I can see him having a easier time, having a good outing. This Rockies lineup has been struggling versus left-handed pitching. In the last 8 outings, they've seen a left-handed pitcher. They're batting .225, so their numbers have really dropped of late. Overall, offensively, their numbers have dropped. They were hitting the ball very well at the top of May in their last 8 games played. They're batting .217 as a team. I can see Rodriguez coming out here today, going about 6-7 innings, giving up a run, turning it over to a Diamondbacks bullpen that's rested, that's been playing very well. They played very well in that Giants series also. I can see the bullpen for the Diamondbacks coming in, shutting the door on this Rockies lineup. It's out in Arizona in the Dome, so no weather to sway anything. Let's get to the picks. The Diamondbacks are the betting odd favorites in this game, and we're playing them on the run line. The game total set at 9. I like the under 9 total runs. For the player prop, I'm taking Corbin Carroll of the Diamondbacks for 2 total bases. Alrighty guys, before we get up out of here, the 4 bets we'll be placing here today ourselves. Our ladder play came through for us. It was the Atlanta Braves on the run line. The payout was $199.47. We're gonna pocket that $99.47, and today we're gonna wager just $100 flat, and we're wagering that $100 today on the Arizona Diamondbacks on the run line. We're getting them at +104. This is our ladder play of the day. Alright, next up we have a 2-leg home run parlay. I was originally not intending on playing a home run parlay here today. Small schedule, the weather in so many cities are shitty, so I didn't really want to play a home run parlay. But when I was doing the breakdown and I came across that Spencer Jones matchup against the Toronto Blue Jays, I really like the spot. We're getting him at +76, so I decided, you know what, let's play a 2-leg home run parlay here today. Our first player is Spencer Jones of the Yankees. Our second player will be Shea Langoliers of the Athletics, a 2-leg $10 home run parlay. Next up, we have a 3-leg parlay we're playing here today. We're going to start it off with the Pirates-Cardinals game total to go over 7.5 total runs. We're then going to play the Atlanta Braves on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the Arizona Diamondbacks on the run line. And our final bet of the day will be another 3-leg parlay. We started off with the Detroit Tigers on the money line. We're then going to play the St. Louis Cardinals on the money line, and we wrap up the parlay with the New York Yankees on the run line. Once again, guys, before we get up out of here, I just want to send my salutes out to you all. It's Thursday. We're almost there. You guys know I appreciate you all. I respect you all. Hope we all win some money here today, and I'm going to catch you on the next one.